To the ENSA Money Desk now. Devin Murgan, good afternoon to you. South Africans getting another emergency interest rate cut today, and this, in many ways, took people by surprise.
It did, but very necessary, one would argue, Jeremy. South Africans can expect at least 5 more interest rate cuts by early next year, following today's emergency 100 basis point cut. Now, the Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago saying the bank's Monetary Policy Committee considered the economic impact of the extended lockdown before cutting the repo rate to 4.25%. The latest cuts mean that the prime lending rate at your bank will now drop to 7.75%. We haven't seen that in ages. The bank's forecasting model sees 5 more cuts of 25 basis points, as I said, going into the first 3 months of the year. Kganyago says the low inflationary environment, Jeremy, affords the bank space to cut rates at a time when the economy is expected to contract by 6% this year. Let's take a listen.
As businesses stay shut for longer and households with income spend less, this will likely also increase job losses, with further consequences for aggregate demand. The impact will be particularly severe for small businesses and individuals with earnings in the informal sector.
Odd, Devin, to see him delivering that from his home and not from the podium at the Central Bank in Pretoria. Now the Finance Minister, Devin, also holding a conference call with select media yesterday. What emerged from that?
Yeah, it was actually today, and I tell you, we got some grumpy journalists out there because it was a barely audible conference, but the minister essentially saying that budget revisions will be made. New allocations in the midst of this coronavirus outbreak will be going to helping the health department deal with its efforts to mitigate whatever it has to, as well as growth-enhancing initiative. There was scant detail about Treasury's plan, and that's to be presented by Cabinet tomorrow. It's a comprehensive response to the injured economy. The minister today again insisting that any approach to institutions like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund will be to fight COVID-19 only and not for budget support. Here's the Finance Minister.
You see, the IMF has released a basic Q&A on the kinds of facilities which are available at the IMF. We are not looking for budget support. We will be looking for the COVID-19 specific packages that we can access, and we're talking to them about that, but we're open-minded, but not budget support. So we're looking at programs which will not be accompanied by any structural adjustment program.
So that's the Finance Minister there. Let's take a quick look to see what's been happening on the markets. And global sentiment is up on the hope that the COVID-19 virus may be peaking in some of the most affected areas. Then there was this huge oil production cut deal between OPEC and its allies, and most of that good sentiment filtered through the JSE. It lifted the local market. Let's take a look.